Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Dr. Elsa Sofia Morote, and we are excited today because I have two entrepreneurs, Brian and Galia, and we will talk with them shortly. I am the president of the Peruvian Chamber of Commerce, and we have here my partner and colleague, Diana Argote.
Hola chicos, yo soy Diana Argote, también directora de marketing de PACLIC, la Peruvian American Chamber of Commerce of Long Island. I'm so glad to have you here, Brian and Galia Stenton from Farmers Chuyo. Muy contenta de recibirlos, ¿ok? Bienvenidos.
No, gracias.
Yeah,
Thank you for
gracias.
the invitation.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
Thank you. So we will have a half an hour of learning about you, and we are very excited about your product. We saw you last, I think, a few days ago in Las Poderosas. It was an amazing event. So let's begin. Diana, you have the first question for or Brian and Galia.
Well, we just want to know about a little bit about your history behind. I know we know, because we know you, that you are married together and you are a couple. So we would like to know what was the origin of that story. We want to know a little bit of your story together. How do you started your business, being together? What was your inspiration?
You want me to start or?
No, okay. Yeah, we're married. I'm Peruvian. I'm living in the United States for 17 years, I believe now. And yeah, we're married. And Brian knows Peru. He has traveled many times with our children. And I think that's kind of like everything started to the love for Peru, right?
Yeah, and just kind of more into our background. We've been married for 4 years, right? So married for 4 years, and she already had a son from a previous relationship. I inherited my 12-year-old son, and we have a 2-year-old now that just turned 2 in March. And yeah, I mean, it really came down to again, like traveling to Peru. We have 2 Peruvian children, 50% Peruvian children, and we just find their heritage very important, and we love the culture in Peru. So that was really the start of the process to say, hey, like, we want to start a business. We want to really promote Peru in our business and really find it important, not just for us to maybe be independent one day and be able to have an independent business for ourselves, but also to be able to pass it along to our sons and to have it be a crucial part of our family.
Very important. Very important.
That's very exciting. Now, how do you decide in coffee? How was you guys like coffee? Obviously, here it is, my coffee studio here.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, coffee has been, particularly in my life, I've really been a big into coffee. Really started drinking black coffee in long commutes to the city. I used to commute 2 hours to the city every day, and just regular coffee with milk and sugar wasn't quite cutting it anymore. And I really started getting into like really flavorful black coffees. And really it came down to research. Really, we were looking in Peru for something to latch onto, and just in discussions with people there, with her family down there, and really just looking around, we're just like, it seems like coffee is a good start. And in researching a little bit more is when we decided to go into specialty coffee, because we didn't want like the standard like commercial cup of coffee that is low quality. Like, we being a family who cares about health and wellness for our kids, we're really into really clean food and really clean just everything we put in our body. So specialty coffee offers that ability to have a very clean cup of coffee. And also, when we created our tea line, that was what we had in mind. So really the genesis of that was just, hey, coffee seems like a good start for us to get into Peru. And we really wanted the best quality coffee coming out of Peru.
Yeah, talking about that, I know that you mentioned coffee, but also speaking before with Galia, we understand you complemented that with tea. So we wanted to know about the tea part. What was the inspiration, and what types of tea, and what is that it's different from the other products, or what other products do you have besides the coffee and tea, if you have any?
I think that so yeah, the main will be coffee, our specialty coffee. But I'm a mom and we're a family, and we're always thinking about, okay, we have coffee, we need something for our children, we need something for me when
Like
I
a
wanna.
non-coffee drinker.
Yeah, like I'm a coffee drinker, but I enjoy tea.
Oh.
So
Mhm.
we were kind of like thinking about a household, right?
Uh-huh.
With different people. And part of like our business was kind of like, can we offer kind of like everything
Mhm.
to a home, right? Not just coffee, but other things that they will enjoy. And that was okay. Tea. Like I enjoy my tea after my coffee at night or something like that, or after eating something. And I believe that a lot of people also feel the same way. So we start working on the tea line, which is premium tea. In this case, our tea is from around the world. We only and we do know our farmers, talk to well all the people that provide those teas for us. But that's kind of like the way it started. I think one thing led to the other one.
Mhm.
This is exciting because I love coffee, but I love teas.
Me too.
I would say I spent a year long getting a certification of a teas. Here in the United States, a certification of the teas. Excellent.
I love that.
They travel together to exotic places to see the
The
insult,
leaf. Yeah.
the leaves and the styles. It was very interesting. One thing is to me was interesting is when we say tea, the tea is really the black tea, right?
Yeah.
And the other is the infusion. But in the United States, mostly people don't differentiate between tea and infusion.
That's true.
Tisane or infusion. Yeah.
So I love infusion. So I went to this certification, and I was thinking, well, they don't know, who cares, but I will learn about it. But they do. They were the whole exam. So it's fantastic that you guys are doing it. So your products, do you bring your products from Peru, or you do like exportation? You make it here. How do you do with the products?
Yeah. So for the coffees, we import all the greens ourselves from Peru. We know the producers like personally, and we negotiate directly with the producers, and we handled all the negotiation and getting all the greens into the United States, and we handle the product from end to end. Like we do the import. Well, we source it. We do the importing. We do the roasting, and we do the packaging on the coffee.
Your house.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't drink it for you. That's about it. And on the teas, we work with a third party to source the raw materials that we desire to bring them into the country. They blend it for us, and we pack it ourselves. So, but yeah, all the raw materials are handled by us and sourced by us.
Wow. Listen, let me just read some comments. People are excited that listening to you. Here is one. It says, Camila says, that's also family-oriented concept. It is always a great to think about the kids too. That's a beautiful thing. That's really your advantage, that not only you focus on a product, but also on product for entire family. There is another comment here, of course. Tell us about your Lucuma coffee. Will you answer that one?
Tell us about the Lucuma coffee. Okay,
Yeah.
we created, but about the Lucuma coffee just for this special event, because obviously as Peruvian, we know that Lucuma is a Peruvian fruit, and we all miss it a lot when we live here in the United States, obviously. So my mom was like, all right, I bought a lot of Lucuma, at the international market. And we just kind of like start, working the week before about, okay, this is what we want to do. This is what we wanted to taste. And then we added, I was like, we need something more Peruvian, which is the morocha cookie. That's the name, right? From Peru also. And we just add that. It was kind of like simple, but it was, I think I romanticized the idea of everybody drinking the lucuma cold brew.
Yeah, so let me use a total second, but we'll do people are asking about the Chamber of Commerce. Let me just do a short. And after that, you need to show us the cup that you showed me a few minutes ago.
Sure.
Sí. También volviendo un poquito al tema de los tés, yo me acuerdo que mencionaron que tenían unos tés para niños. Quise preguntarte en español también para que la gente que tenemos, la audiencia que tenemos en español, pueda también apreciar un poco de Farmers Chuyo, de la marca de ustedes, que no solamente ofrecen café, que también ofrecen tés. Y en este caso para los niños, yo me acuerdo que una vez conversando con ustedes mencionaron que tenían tés para niños. ¿Qué tan seguros son los tés para niños? Si son descafeinados, o sea, ¿qué características nos pueden hablar de esos tés para los niños?
El té para niño, una idea de una mamá. Creo que en nuestra cultura no somos mucho de ir a comprar a la bodega y comprar juguito de manzana o juguito de los juguitos de la bodega. A mí no me gusta, entonces como que yo siempre he preferido hacerle algo natural a los niños en la casa y cuando se llevan al colegio, ¿no? Como acá es muy acostumbrados, pero no todo el mundo. Hay mamás que son muy conscientes sobre los jugos, ¿no? Enlatados o del grocery store. Y más que todo diseñamos este té para niños que es muy simple, que también es nada más como manzanilla, ¿no? Que es el chamomile, anís, cosas que los niños sí pueden consumir naturalmente y que están en la casa, pero también tienen algunos frutos, ¿no? Como que tiene la manzana seca. Y entonces eso como el que le da el sabor como más dulcecito para que ya no le metas azúcar. Es más que todo para un tema de que sea divertido, que sea simple, porque no tienes que hacer todo
sabor, que tenga ese sabor que trae.
Mucho sabor y ha sido, a mí me encanta, ha sido una bendición, o sea, el tema de Cusi, ese es el nombre de la marca de Cusi Cup, que Cusi es en quechua, ¿no? Sí, que significa joy en quechua. Entonces fue como, y si ves en la bolsa, cuando vas a la página web, ¿no? Es un niñito como que de la montaña, pero es como un niñito entre americano y peruano. Entonces como también lo romantizamos un poco como que como nuestros niños.
Nuestros hijos,
Sí, que son, ¿no? Pero con Cusi sí, no hay nada reinventado, es lo que siempre hemos consumido desde siglos, años atrás, que siempre ha estado en la mesa y en la casa de cualquier mamá o papá o cualquiera que tenga niños. Y es muy interesante porque que es algo bueno que nuestra pediatra, ¿no? Que ve a mis niños, le mostré mi producto, ¿no? Le mostré, pero no le dije de quién era. Le dije, ¿qué opinas de este producto, no?
¿Y qué te dijo?
Me dijo, ay, qué lindo, me dijo, porque todo es orgánico, todo me dijo, esto es genial, dale a los chicos, todo está bien. Y le digo, entonces como que lo apruebas, y me dijo, sí, claro que sí, todo está bien aquí. Entonces, yo le dije ahí, ¿tú sabes que ese es mi producto? Y me dijo, ¿de verdad? Y me dijo, wow, qué lindo. Y me dijo que nada, que hablemos para poder traer mis productos de Cusi a que ella los pueda vender en el pediatric.
Claro, claro.
Bien,
sí, entonces.
Excelente, amigos. Vamos a hacer un comercial de la cámara, por favor, que ya.
Pediatras.
Vamos, un ratito. Acá les voy a hablar de la Cámara Peruana-Americana, que somos aquí los miembros. Acá tenemos, por favor, vayan a la website de la Cámara, sparklingnewyork.org. Tenemos muchísima información. Y si quiere ser nuestros miembros, puede entrar ahí. Tenemos 2 clases de membresía de $75 para personas individuales, 150 para compañías. Tenemos eventos, constantemente estamos haciendo eventos nuevos, actividades.
Y estas membresías son anuales. Son
Las
anuales.
membresías son anuales, acá están los miembros corporativos. Mire, la cantidad de empresas que se han unido a nosotros. Y bueno, pues aquí estamos. Y tenemos este año la gala de Pacle, que cumplimos 20 años, que va a ser en octubre. Por favor, empiecen a apuntarse, porque se acaban los tickets meses antes. Entonces, y bueno, Brian y Galia, los queremos dar la bienvenida a Pacle, porque ustedes también son nuestros socios. ¿Desde cuándo se unieron a Pacle?
El año pasado. Todavía no habíamos abierto.
Y
ya.
estaban con nosotros.
Y haciendo otro comercial, Brian y Galia van a estar con nosotros en Albany. Nos estamos haciendo un gran grupo de peruanos porque este año, el 11 de mayo, se va a declarar el día 28 de julio en el legislativo y también el Día de la Herencia Peruana. Entonces estamos todos viajando hasta Albany para este evento. Bueno, continuemos entonces. ¿Qué nos dices, Diana? A ver.
Bueno, quería preguntarles sobre la dinámica de ustedes como familia, cómo es la relación entre ustedes, cómo lo han podido unir, ¿no? O sea, unir el hecho de ser esposos y todo, y también juntarlo con el negocio, digamos, ¿no? Con lo que están haciendo ahorita. ¿Cómo han podido balancear eso?
Ok, me imagino que yo lo respondo.
Or do you want me to ask him in English? I can do the same thing. I was just asking her, like, regarding the family and the business, how do you put it together? You know, like how did you balance that? You know, the fact of being you guys together and then combining everything in your business, you know?
Yeah. It's a lot of late nights. We'll say that. It's just, we try to do most of our work during the day, you know, but we have the little one running around. So a lot of it is like passing the little one off while we're doing things for the business. And most of our work is done after all the kids go to bed. So it's, so it's basically like, okay, you know, it's 9 o'clock, everybody's asleep, like time to get some work done. So it's like, you know, creating an article for the website at 11:30 at night and like editing a video at 1 o'clock, you know, so it's a lot of, you know, harsh sleep times, but at the same time it's rewarding. We're getting stuff done and, you know, we do the work when we can. And, you know, it is a balance at the end of the day. Like we prioritize our family. Family is very important to us. Our kids are very important to us. We want to spend the time that they deserve with them. So we try not to let the business get in the way of that. Of course, it happens sometimes. Like we'll bring the kids to like the roastery sometimes, and you know, luckily they have some. You know, they're happy to have them, but you know, it's just part of, you know, having a family and having a business.
Yeah, I think it's like part of like having your own business also is that you kind of like, you know, you're the boss.
Make it work.
You need to.
Yeah, and I saw you guys like in the event, you were all together and I saw Galia holding up the baby and, you know, like talking and trying to do you know, everything at once. And I understand because I've been that mother too, you know, working, you know, full time and all that. So I totally understand. It is hard, but it's possible, right?
I think it's possible. It is hard, but we're starting, so we need to grind. But I think that our position is always going to be the children's go first. And, you know, obviously God goes first, but, you know, our children and then, you know, this business. But yeah, in general, we're doing everything also because we want to spend time with them and we're able to, we travel all the time with them. We don't really like to leave them behind.
Yeah.
Are you full-time entrepreneurs or some of you have another job?
We're full-time right now. Yeah.
Wow. That's a risk. So congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's a risk and commitment.
Yeah, it is a risk, but I think it's going to be a rewarding risk. And we believe in this concept so much that we think that it's well worth the risk.
It is, especially now here in Long Island, where everything is, you know, it's a high cost of living. and you're making it work with you and your kids and everything. It is a risk, but it's a risk that you wanted to take, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and
Now show us your cup, show us your brandy.
Yeah. So this is our campers mug.
Oh, look at it.
Try to keep it in the camera.
Yes.
There's the Farmers Trio logo, and there's our Incan on the back. And yeah, so there's like.
You can tell us about the guy, like you were telling us before. What is that about?
Yeah, I'll let my wife do it because she's better at talking up the artwork than I am. But yeah, I mean, my short spiel is we wanted something to accent, the Chuyo that's in our name. And we also wanted to explicitly show Peru and show that this is a Peruvian brand without like being super outward with it. We wanted it to just scream Peruvian. So
yeah, no, like what he just said. I think we were very picky on the artwork, on our branding.
Peruvian designed too.
The person that did all my designs and we work together, it's also a Peruvian person.
Yeah.
Because I think kind of our design understood our idea and what we want to represent. But the Inca was kind of like part of it because obviously Inca, Peru, hello.
Yeah.
But como un jeroglífico, from the past, no, like something maybe not too loud, but that is giving the statement that this is a Peruvian
brand.
Yeah, Peruvian brand. And that's how you can man our Inca. You need to follow the Inca.
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's running almost, right? I thought
running to his cup of coffee.
Running to a cup of coffee.
Why Peruvian? I mean, like, why the coffee from Peru? I understand, because of Galia, but why Peru?
Well, not just because we love Peru and we love the culture and because of our family, but we see a burgeoning market for coffee in Peru. We think that it's underrepresented in the United States. We think that while you can find Peruvian coffee here, we do think that it is like there's an explosion happening in Peruvian specialty coffee. A lot of the producers down there are starting to realize that they can get a fair wage from making good quality, high quality Peruvian specialty coffee, where they're going to get 2 to 3 times the rate that they're going to get on the standard coffee bean that is just a commodity.
Commercial.
Yeah, and commercial. So the commercial is going to be like a low quality, low price that goes up and down in cost with the wind and with the commodity pricing, where they're probably not going to get much profit. Where especially coffee, if they spend a little bit more time and they process it and they handle it with care and high quality, they're going to get 2 to 3 times the money for that. And really, a lot of the farmers are starting to educate themselves on how to make a better coffee bean. And I think that they're going to be competing with the Colombias, the Brazils, the Ethiopias of the world very soon. And, we just think that it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, high quality. Let's share your screen. Let's share your website for everybody who's wondering. Here it is, the Farmers Chuyo. No, the Farmers Chuyo.
Yeah.
Farmers Chuyo website. Here is the coffee. We have the teas, the kids' teas. You even have accessories. So it is growing, guys. Please, here it is. Oh, look at this, so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm tea fanatic, I have to tell you. So please, everybody goes to the website. So how people can go here and buy? Oh, here it is. You can actually come and buy your coffee here.
That's our store. You guys can get everything in our store. Our teas, our coffee. We have coffee mugs, coffee
accessories and
equipment, grinders, for like tea, everything in general. I try to have everything glass just so because it's healthier to put your tea on a glass.
Yeah.
In a plastic, and everything is really like everything that I have there is just like best quality, and it's always thought about health, about just having the best in your body.
Yeah, and we wanted to be a one-stop shop too. We wanted to be like, hey, look, like I don't like I'm starting pour overs, but I don't know how to do it. What do I do? It's like, well, we have everything for you here. You can come and just buy it here.
You buy everything there.
And no mess. Just like we have your coffee and we have a way to brew it as well.
Yeah, that's nice that you consider every single detail too, and everything. It's so so natural. Like she said, like it's made out of glass. You don't mix it with plastic or anything like that, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to make sure that it is as premium as it's supposed to be. Like we are making a premium offering, and you need to have premium products that go with those premium offerings.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So thank you. And there is a message here for you. Muchas bendiciones y éxitos. The good energy is important for us as a camera. Let me just share our last event that we have. That you were present in this event. Let me just share with you guys. What it is.
By the way, you guys did awesome. I saw you guys in action.
It was very fun to be there. We really enjoyed our time.
Yeah, we were dancing.
Yeah, we were dancing.
You were dancing, right? As you were preparing the coffee?
Yes.
Trying not to mess up while I was dancing.
Yeah. I saw people making a line too.
Yeah,
so
it was
that
very
was really interesting.
You have your line, you need your hands, and this is a blessing. That's the reason we are so excited. So our last question for you guys is, what advice you will give to new entrepreneurs that looking at you and saying, wow, they actually making a family with kids, creating a product, leaving jobs and working full time. Brian, you were mentioning you travel 2 hours to the city. Guess what? I travel 2 hours to the city.
Yeah, it's not fun. It's been there.
So I'm doing that. So I perfectly understand. Tell us what advice you will give it to the young yourself.
Do you want me to start or?
Well, to me will be, I guess, as a woman, as a mom, and as a wife, is first of all, I would say, like we're Christians, so I think everything for us, that's our core, on doing everything the right way, and just like our motor is our family, and I think the people need to find that what is the motor that will push you,
motivation,
and the motivation to keep, to not give up, to you really want to do something, also use wisdom, save money, obviously, if you don't need to leave your job, but you're doing something, you just keep it. You just have to see what you can do, and we took a whole year of work, and when I talk to other people, they're like, oh, only 1 year, and we really like suffer, it's a lot of things, but again, I think it's patient, trust that everything is gonna be okay, and everything is a lesson,
Yeah, and I'd hop onto that and saying that, you do your homework. Like a lot of it is just research and really like working hard on educating yourself, but also don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like that's how you learn. Like we made thousands of mistakes, but we've gotten to the point where we've come pretty comfortable with the business and like importing the beans. We never done that before, so we had to learn from scratch how to do all of that. And now that we know, and it's kind of like no big deal now. So it's one of those things where it's just like keep learning, keep grinding, and don't be afraid to make mistakes, because that's where you
and growing.
Yeah, and you grow. Yes.
Wow, we are so happy for you and to motivate us, because a lot of people want to bring products and export, and they're afraid, and the fact that you say you just have to learn, and then that's
and we wish you guys the best, because this product, I know it's very, very good. So I hope people learn to appreciate it, and you end up having more and more clients each day.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
And for supporting us.
And I will see you always in Packley. And welcome again. Thank you for being with us. And bye, friends. Please, everybody, check the website.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye.